Washington Post March by John Philip Sousa, performed by the Salt River Five in the K-Bach Performance Studio. Hi, I'm Greg Kostraba. The Salt River Five is an ensemble under the umbrella of the Salt River Brass, which opens its season Sunday, November 9th at 3 p.m. at Mesa Arts Center. Julie DeBoard is a professor at Arizona State University and the music director of the Salt River Brass, and she's at the microphone. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Oh, it's so exciting to have you all here. Tell us a little bit about the history of the Salt River Brass. You've been there just a few years, but it's been going on since the 80s.
Yes, I have been here. It will be my 5th season, and the Salt River Brass was actually born in 1988, so we are 37 years old and thriving. We even have a member who is playing the second baritone in the Salt River Brass, who is a founding member still with us. And it's made with excellent musicians around the valley, brass players and percussion players. And some of them are professional musicians, some of them are educators, we have lawyers. It's a nice mix of professions.
How do you pick the people that are in the brass? Do they audition? Do you have audition times every year?
No, there is no specific audition time, but we pick them by recommendation of the players that we already trust that are in the group. And also the section leaders and principal of each section are really actively recruiting each year to make sure that we find new people who believe in the culture of the brass band and are excellent players to pursue our growth year after year.
Well, you certainly have some excellent players that you've brought in today in the Salt River Five. The season opens up a couple of days before Veterans Day, and the program you've called Heroic Sounds. Tell us a little bit about what you'll be performing.
Yes, the program is beautiful. I mean, the season actually started on October 12th, but that was not in our main venue. That was in Scottsdale. And now we are entering the rest of the season in our home venue, which is the beautiful Aikida Theater in the Mesa Arts Center in Mesa. All of our concerts are on Sunday at 3 p.m. And this is very special because it's really a tribute to service. And we made sure to have a mixture of traditional marches as well as more lyrical pieces to have a moment of diversity and pause musically during the concert. So I always love intertwining different tempi, different colors, and we also have some musicians part of the group who will be soloing. We have one with us today. Elijah will have a piece that he will be soloing on the euphonium. Our solo cornet will have a specific solo as well, to really showcase how melodic and singing a brass instrument can be. It's really used as a beautiful voice when played beautifully, which these musicians are very able to do.
Absolutely true. Now, Ben Ordaz is a tuba player in the Salt River Five. Good to have you here.
Great to be here. Thank you, Greg.
Tell us about this mini set that we'll be hearing. You've got a familiar favorite from Ireland and a lesser known but a pretty exciting piece from Spain.
Yeah, that's right. And it's a mixture of what we do with the full brass band, the full 33-piece ensemble, and what this quintet does. We very much value a diverse programming, but a really entertaining set of things. And so we borrow from the brass band tradition, which is what you're going to hear very shortly with this Londonderry air. But we also have great marches, like you heard already, that complements our full band Heroic Sounds program, and the Paso Doble, Amparito Roca, which we're going to be playing very shortly. As well, we have music that is very much our signature as well. We're going to be closing with the Lou Pollack That's a Plenty, a famous ragtime piece. And we've made this a signature piece of the Salt River Five. And with the full band, that style of music, big band, Dixieland, American jazz, American blues, that's featured on our February concerts every single year, just about since the band was founded back in '88. So we have a selection that features a very brass band instrumentation, for example, having Elijah here on the euphonium. That's very unique for brass quintet, but it really speaks to our philosophy in the brass band, a very warm tenor voice sound that we like to feature. So yeah, our set really represents what we like to do as a quintet combined with what we like to do as a band. It's the perfect sort of mixture that I thought would really showcase our identity.
Let's hear these two selections now performed by the Salt River Five, the traditional Irish tune Londonderry Air and Amparito Roca on 89.5 Classical K-Bach. Amparito Roca by Jaume Tejedor, and before that, the traditional Irish tune Londonderry Air. We heard the Salt River Five, trumpeters Paul Reed and Alex Strawn, hornist Patrick Joyce, Elijah Ramirez on the euphonium, and tubist Ben Ordaz right here on KBOK. Elijah will be playing trombone on one of the next pieces we'll be hearing, and that's more the traditional format of the brass quintet, but as Ben mentioned earlier, he plays euphonium on a number of these pieces. It is unusual. So how did this get started, having a euphonium kind of replace the trombone? Or is it a long-standing thing in the brass quintet tradition?
Well, it's not necessarily a brass quintet tradition, but Elijah is such a stellar euphonium player as well that we really wanted to feature all his skill sets in that chamber music setting as well. And it's also representing a clearer flavor and color of what we can offer as the big group of the Salt River Brass. There are trombones and there are euphoniums in our big ensemble. And the lovely sound of the brass band really comes in addition to the multiple colors that they can offer and the beautiful vibrato that they are including in their phrasing comes from the fact that most instruments are conical. And for example, the trumpet players in the brass band are actually utilizing cornets, which is a smaller looking trumpet and also very conical. And the conical instrument really bring that beautiful warm tone quality that we are all researching when we go to a brass band concert. I myself started on the cornet when I was 7 years old, so I completely fell in love with this velvety sound, and I'm really happy to work with that sound on a weekly basis with the Salt River Brass.
Now, Ben, tell us about the next pieces you'll be performing, a very different vein than what we heard thus far, something from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory to start things out.
That's right. And in my opinion, one of the best melodies written for film music maybe ever. And this is Pure Imagination. It's a great tune that is so adaptable that it's one of our favorites in the Salt River Five. And we'd really love playing it. In fact, I love playing this piece just on my mouthpiece alone. It's one of the great pieces, the way that the melody is written, for a brass player to just warm up on his instrument, which actually is this mouthpiece here, which we put into our receiver, and then we initiate the sound of the horn with the buzz. And this has always been one of my favorite songs to play on the mouthpiece, so it must be one of the great melodies of all time. But we have a lot of fun playing it. And if you hear brass quintet play this, I think you'll hear one of the best possible arrangements of it. We really, really believe in our sound here to sell just the beauty of this fantastic melody.
And then That's a Plenty, which started as a rag, and then
Yes.
It was recorded. It's kind of become a jazz standard.
It is absolutely a standard. I'm glad that it's come down to us from a very American beginning by Lou Pollack in the ragtime format. But Benny Goodman, Jackie Gleason, when television began, have used this piece. It's been written for brass quintet by a few very well-known arrangers, and we're going to play one that is part of several brass quintet repertories that I play with, and we really love how upbeat it is, how forward it is, how energetic it is. Even after over 110 years, it's as energizing as ever, and I think we need far more energetic music out being played for the public, whether it's pop music or classical music.
Here are the Salt River Five with Pure Imagination, and That's a Plenty. We're in the KBOK Performance Studio, and you're listening to 89.5 Classical KBOK. The 1914 rag, That's a Plenty, which became a Dixieland jazz standard, and before that, Pure Imagination from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. We heard the Salt River Five, trumpeters Paul Reed and Alex Strawn, hornist Patrick Joyce, trombonist and euphonium player Elijah Ramirez, and tubist Ben Ordaz from the K-Bach Performance Studio. Thanks for all of you for joining us.
Right. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for having us, Greg.
The Salt River Five is part of the Salt River Brass, directed by Julie DeBoard, which presents its next concert Sunday, November 9th at 3 p.m. at Mesa Arts Center. You can learn more and purchase tickets at saltriverbrass.org. Our recording engineer is Dario Miranda. I'm Greg Kostraba. You can hear this interview and performance again at our website, performance.kbach.org. Now, to bring us out, America the Beautiful, played here by the Salt River Five from the K-Bach Performance Studio.